Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we have arrived at Bure Park, as you can see with the sign behind me, in Great Yarmouth, Norfolk, and we're here to do a 6.2 mile circular walk today. So let's hike on. So we're now going to be leaving the car park, and the car park we have parked in, because there are three here. As you come into Bure Park, you want the first car park on your left. Then you'll need to head towards Yarmouth Road, and as you can see there's a bin in the corner of the car park here, and we need to take this route here, which is a right. And if you want more information on the postcode to the car park, please look in the video description, that's where you'll find it, and more information on the walk also. So the 6.2 mile circular walk obviously takes in Bure Park and Mautby, and there'll be a few mills along the way, along the River Bure, that we're going to be following for part of this walk. So we're walking out straight once we turned that right, and we're just basically following the Yarmouth Road up. But once you come past the trees on your right hand side, that's where you want to be taking a right, which will take you past the lake here at Bure Park. So here on the right of the path now, you can see the lake here. So now walking right by the lake here at Bure Park, which is on the right hand side. I'll walk to the end here and then give you a look back down the lake here. So when you get to the end of the lake, you want to take a little right and then another left. See the railings up ahead there? That's where we need to go. We need to go over the river wall there, the old flood defences, and obviously the other side is the River Bure. So that way is obviously looking back towards Great Yarmouth. This is the way we're going to be walking. Okay, so the River Bure needs to be on your left hand side all the way, and we'll be following that all the way to Mautby Farm Mill, I do believe. There will be another mill before we get to that one, but that's on the other side of the River Bure, and that one is Ash Tree Farm. Okay, as you can see, we are actually walking on the riverbank path, so the higher bank here. But if it gets too muddy, you can also see there is another track to the right. That one's okay to walk on also, so you can make your choice, but obviously if you're on the riverbank path you can get to see the river. Now, you don't have any problems with cows or anything on this route, but you may come across some sheep. Obviously the sheep are here to keep the grass down, so usually the grass is quite trimmed. And up ahead, will be coming into view fairly shortly, there's a pillbox. Okay, so I better do the introductions then. So it's me, Chay, on the walk today, and behind me you can see Lee and Nutty Nanny.
Good morning.
Morning.
So in front here is the pillbox, as you can see. I will give you a shot from down below, but here's the above view, and of course the River Bure is looking beautiful as normal. This is also from the pillbox. You can also see the Caister water tower over there, and you can also see the old heliport there. As you can see, there's a marker sign up ahead. Well, here is where we'll be coming back from our circular. So we'll now be starting the circular. First bit will be an out and back. But obviously that way is where we'll be coming back and joining up to this and heading back to Bure Park. So still carrying on the riverbank path with the River Bure on your left. Okay, I've just stopped here to show you Ash Tree Farm Drainage Mill here across the other side of the River Bure, and this one was built in 1912 and is situated in a place called Nowhere, believe it or not. And this was actually the last working mill here in this area. So skate ahead here, we've arrived at 3 Mile House here. Even though it's a bungalow, I know, but that is called 3 Mile House, this area. Let's go through the gate. So once you've walked through that gate, and you've got the bungalow here on your right, you're going to be walking towards the end of that. And you want to be following the riverbank path. But obviously the riverbank path here pulls away from the river. Some people get very confused at this piece and they walk through someone's private property, which isn't very nice. Private land, please keep to footpath bank. As you can see, there's another gate we need to head for, nice and simple, and then we're back to the river. As you can see here, over the River Bure, the other side, you can see the Acle Strait, you can see the cars going up and down there. So we're that close to the Acle Strait really, very close. Okay, so up ahead here, you can see Mautby Marsh Drainage Mill. This is where we're going to be taking a right turn. I'll give you a closer shot if I can of the mill when we get closer. So I've got a little bit closer here to Mautby Mill, and that is grade 2 listed. And if I just pan out to the left here, if you were to walk further up there, about half a mile, if that, you can see 5 Mile House Drainage Mill. But we're not going to that because, as I said, we're going to go to the mill here and take a right. So you want to come through the gate here, and as you can see, the mill is in front. But you don't actually walk up to the mill. You want to be taking a right down this slope here. So you want to follow this track down, and this is Mautby Marsh Farm we're going to be walking past on the right hand side. So you want to be walking down this concrete track for quite some time. So if you were to continue down on this concrete track, at the end of this you'd arrive in the village of Mautby. So in front here you can see I'm having to make a right turn on the concrete track. There is a left coming up on the concrete track, but this is where we want to be leaving it and taking a right. As you can see on the right hand side of the track here, you might just be able to make out a footpath sign, and Nutty, Nanny and Lee taking that right turn. So you can't really go wrong here. I'll just keep filming because you want to take your right here and you just follow the path then round to the right, to the left, sorry, when you get to the bottom here. As you can make out here on the corner here before we take that left, there are footpath signs to follow here, so just follow them for now. So we're still on the footpath here, walking across the marshes, and as you can see we need to do a little left turn here and then a little right. Then you want to walk straight out. If you can see the trees down there in the middle of your screen, that's where we're heading for. The edge of the trees there, the woods. So we come to the edge of this field. So you just want to cross over the dyke here. Very muddy here at the moment. It's been raining for the last good week, I suppose, so it's very wet underfoot. So carry out still along this dyke. So out in front here is where we need to be taking a left turn. I'll just show you this part because there is a right turn coming up soon as well. So we're on an unnamed track at the minute, but up ahead there is a crossroads and there's a road going up past the farm or the bungalow there, and that's back lane going up there, but we're taking a right before we get onto that, and that's another track that we're on to, and then that one will lead on to Low Road. Very muddy and squelchy here, but as you can see there's a footpath on the sign. It's a bit on the wonk, but this is the turning we need. So follow this one all the way down until you come on to Low Road, and then you want to continue down on Low Road. So I've now stepped off that muddy, dirty track and we're now on to Low Road. Even though it isn't tarmac, it's a lot better to walk on now. Okay, so this is where we need to leave Low Road. To the left is Clinks Hill, and we want to be taking a right. I'll show you the signs here. So we're now taking this right path, which will lead us back to the River Bure. If you can remember back where I said this is where we'll be returning. You can make out in front, you just want to pass through the gate here and follow out on the concrete path still. So as you can see, we're now coming to the end of the concrete path here, and we want to be going to the right. I'll just show you down this way. You can see the trees there. We're going to be walking down the middle of the trees there, all the way back to the River Bure. Okay, up ahead you can see the post there. This is where we started the actual circular, so we're now going to head back on the out and back section again. Take your left and head back to Bure Park. So up ahead here, you want to go through your gate, and once you're through your gate, we'll then be arriving back at Bure Park, where we want to be taking a left. Okay, so up ahead you can see a tarmac path, but we're not going on that one, we're taking a left just before it. So we're now heading towards Bure Park Play Park, and you want to walk past that with that on your left, and then we'll be heading to the car parks. So here we are, we're now back in Bure Park, and obviously, as I said, the play park is on the left here that we're walking past, and you want to head straight out. If you can just make out the cars there in the car park. Obviously we're not parked in the first one here, so we've got to walk down to the second one on the right. I hope you've enjoyed the walk today so far. If you have, please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps out immensely. Thank you very much. And there you can see the gateway to go through. Okay, we'll say our goodbyes now. So it's goodbye from me, Chay, and it's a goodbye from Lee and Nutty Nanny.
Bye. Goodbye.
Okay, so this is the end of the walk. We're finally back to the car park. There it is. So it's time to say goodbye. So hopefully you've enjoyed the walk and you'll be wanting to do it yourself. And we'll catch you next time.